country can't have two presidents at a time. And no matter which party is in power, or if it's a split power or whatever, the parties that are there should work within the structures that are there. We have a president in the executive, we have the Congress in the legislative, and we have the judiciary that never changes or hardly changes. Now, what we have with this immigration debate is a malicious intent to prevent government from working by having a particular legislative branch run by some external party. In effect, we are serving two separate presidents, as opposed to just being a good adversary, taking commands from the former president. I think is another form of treachery to the country. If you think about it, the country has elected a new president. And to have the old president stop progress, that is treasonous. I said treacherous. It's actually treasonous, maybe not to the letter of the word, but for what actually occurs, one can only consider it a danger to the country as it is right now. I want you to listen to even what Mitt Romney had to say about what the president, the relationship between the president and the Republican Congress to stop an immigration bill from going through, and in effect then stopping many other bills that need to be processed from going through. Check it out.
The fact that he would communicate to Republican senators and congresspeople that he doesn't want us to solve the border problem because he wants to blame Biden for it is really appalling.
That was Senator Mitt Romney responding to reports that former President Trump has urged Republicans not to pass a border deal with President Biden. But first, tell us what you know about what Donald Trump has done and what's in the bill.
So first of all, we should just point out that this is unreleased legislation. No one has seen legislative text yet, still under discussion. We know that it unites border security measures with Ukraine war funding, which is obviously a priority of President Biden and Democrats. It includes measures to make it harder to secure asylum and increase detention facilities. And the big thing that's been of talk over the weekend is a clause that where the administration would be required to shut down the border to migrants attempting to cross without prior authorization if daily crossings go above the number of 5,000 crossings. President Biden has called it one of the toughest and fairest bipartisan reform, says if the bill passes Congress, he will sign it. But I think it's really important to talk about the politics here. You've heard House Speaker Johnson say this bill is dead on the arrival in his chamber. You've heard former President Trump say it's a bad deal, that there's no way that he could support. So the politics here, frankly, are quite challenging for these negotiators who I think have been in a good faith negotiation of trying to bring something to the floor for something that everyone on all sides does agree is a real crisis at the southern border.
So there you go. It is time for the Congress to get serious. I doubt that they will. So we likely have another 11 months of chaos. Another 11 months of chaos, because this Congress already has been a Congress that got very little accomplished. And now they are failing miserably. But good for us. Likely in November, a completely new Congress will be elected. New senators will be added, because as opposed to the fear many have as far as what kind of election we're going to have in 2024, I am now convinced that we're going to have a landslide for Democrats, the blue, the progressives in 2024. I am looking through my crystal ball and assuming it's not a mirage that I'm seeing. I see a turnaround and I see a big flood to the left side of the axis.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel. And number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.